Hey you guys, it's Britt, and we're here to talk about Neurodivergent Nate yet again. This is the second time in the last week or so that he has been getting dragged all over TikTok because of a very stupid video that he put out. So we're going to talk about what he had to say and watch his disgusting video together. So if you're interested, please keep watching. Alright, you guys, so I will link the other recent video that I did about Nate down below. Fair warning, it is as bad as you could expect it to be. But yesterday he put out another video responding to a current social experiment that's being run by a TikTok creator. Her name is Nikali. I have followed her recently because of this experiment that she's doing, where she is playing a recording of a crying baby in the background, and she's calling not local, but churches that are recommended to her. She has also done it in her area where she lives. She's calling these churches and asking if they would be able to help her with one single can of baby formula because her child in the experiment ran out last night and she doesn't have the means or the resources to do it. So she's going to churches, and basically the churches are handing her off to other organizations, telling her to go to a different church, telling her that she's not a member at said church, so she's not eligible to receive anything from them. And it's been a really good conversation. And I think that, as I said over on my Instagram story the other day, it's very eye-opening for people who might have thought, you know what, if everything else fails, at least a church will come through with a $10 can of baby formula if it came to that, seeing that they are so pro-life and pro-family. But this is exposing that many churches will not. She called a mosque. The mosque was very eager to help her with this situation. There was no hesitation or have you tried this number, this one or that one. They were ready and willing to help her.
So I'm calling your church to test to see if they are willing to help feed a starving baby. So right now I'm about to call First Baptist Church in Corbin, Kentucky. And it says we are a Christ-centered, service-oriented family of faith who remains linked to Baptist roots while learning to live graciously in an ever-changing world. Let's see if they are willing to help feed a starving baby, though.
First Baptist Church.
Hey, yes, I was calling to see if y'all could help with baby formula at all.
I'm sorry?
I was calling to see if y'all could help with baby formula. I have a 2-month-old and she's been out since yesterday, and I'm just trying to find somebody that can help her.
No, we don't typically have baby goods here, and certainly not formula that I'm aware of in our food pantry. You might try Central Baptist Church.
Yeah, I've already called them.
Okay, I started to say I don't think they do formulas. But no, ma'am, I don't even know where to refer you.
Okay. It's not something y'all could get and I could just pick it up?
No.
Okay. All right. I just want to let you know that I am doing a social experiment, so I actually don't have a crying baby and don't have a need. I'm actually just calling churches to see which ones would feed a starving baby. So, yeah, I just want to let you know that.
Well, I appreciate that, and that's very much needed, and we do what we can. We have a White Flag ministry that feeds the homeless people. We have a food pantry that's opened every week that helps feed, but now I don't think that baby formula is an item that is made available here by us on a regular basis.
Okay. Personally, I just feel churches that are pro-life, that should be something that they should definitely consider offering in the future.
I don't disagree with you.
Okay. Well, I hope you have an amazing day.
Thank you.
All right. Bye. That's awkward. I don't like telling them. It's different when, like, they agree to it and they want to help, but it's definitely like, you failed. I'm sorry. I am glad they have a food pantry, but why would you, of all things, not have formula for babies? Like, I think that's crazy. But, hopefully this brings awareness and change. I am calling your church to test to see if they would help feed a starving baby. And I am calling Broadmoor Baptist Church in Madison, Mississippi, just to see if they would help. Their About Me says a united family of faith joining Jesus on his mission for the glory of God and the good of our communities. Let's see if they mean that.
Broadmoor, this is Melody. How may I help you?
Hi, yes. I was calling to see if y'all could help. I have a 2-month-old baby and we ran out of formula last night, so she's been going all night and all day without formula. I was going to see if it's something that y'all could help with.
So we don't have anything like that here, but we do partner with Madcap, and we actually have just given a lot of like a food drive and other type of needs to them. So they actually would be a great place to contact for that. Can I give you their phone number?
I've already contacted them. They said they didn't have any formula.
Okay, well, unfortunately, we don't either. Have you contacted...
I've been calling everywhere. Every place is telling me just to reach out to local churches for help.
Okay, have you tried Crestwood New Life Church?
Yes, I have.
Okay, well, unfortunately, that's our on our list, so...
Okay, all right, well, thank you.
Yep, have a good one.
All right, you too. I'm just speechless to hear that a baby has not ate since last night. My time. I live in Kentucky. It is 1 p.m. I don't know what time it is in Mississippi, but that is wild. Like, she didn't even care. And again, she doesn't ask my name. She doesn't ask my number. She doesn't say she's going to go get resources and, like, call me back, or she's going to talk to anybody and call me back. Like, just freaking crazy. These are churches. Like, I would get it if it was just like a food pantry or something, or a resource. But for them to just blow off somebody needing to feed their baby. And these are the same people that push people to have babies. They won't even help you feed your baby. Keep this in mind. If they ever want to guilt trip you into having a baby, are you going to be there to help me when I'm struggling to feed this baby? That's the question that they need to be fucking answering. Or sorry, did not mean to cuss. This is a church thing, so I feel bad for cussing. My bad. But yeah, like, it... freaking insane. Okay, so I'm calling your church to test to see if they would help feed a starving baby. And I had a lot of requests to call another mega church. So I'm calling Abundant Church West in El Paso, Texas. So we are going to call to see if they would help feed a starving baby.
Good afternoon, Abundant. How may I help you?
Hi, yes. I was wanting to see if there's any way y'all could help with a can of baby formula. I have a 2-month-old and I ran out last night, so she's gone all night and all day without anything to eat.
Unfortunately, the food pantry is only available on Sundays, and I don't know if we have any baby formula at the moment.
Okay. Is it something that you all could get and I could just pick it up or something?
Well, there's nobody at the food pantry.
Okay. You don't have a pastor that could get it?
I'm sorry, I'm not understanding your question. We don't have like food products for babies. We only have for older people, like canned foods and noodles and stuff like that available.
Okay. I'm just curious though. Are you all a pro-life church?
You mean, if you like, I can go ahead and take your information, and you're more than welcome to ask a pastor those information.
Actually, no. I actually don't even have a baby. This is actually just a social experiment to see which churches would actually help feed a hungry baby that hasn't ate all night. She hung up. That's the first time ever. Oh my God.
And not to discount at all, because there were a handful of churches that were willing to help her, that were Baptist churches or more, how do I say it, more like Christian-based churches. They were willing to help, but it was so few and far between that the number, I think, was like 10 facilities said yes, including the mosque, and 30 something said no, like 35 or 36 said no, go elsewhere, we can't do anything about it.
So I'm about to call and test your church to see if they would help feed a starving baby. And right now I'm about to call Storyside Church in Belleville, Ohio. So let's see if they would be willing to help feed a starving baby. And their About Me says Storyside Church is a vibrant and welcoming community that believes in the power of personal stories and the transformative love of God.
Hi, this is Katie with Storyside Church.
Hi, yeah, I was calling to see if y'all could help with formula at all. I have a 2-month-old baby and we ran out last night, so she's been going all day without anything to eat.
Oh, I hear you. Where are you located?
I'm only like 20 minutes from you all.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me ask her and see what we can do.
Okay, thank you.
Are you able to stop by the church?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. If you stop by around 1 p.m., then we can have that ready for you.
Okay, can I say something real quick? Sorry. Hey, hello? Are you there?
Yep.
Okay, I'm actually not in need. I'm like testing churches to see which ones would actually help, and you are one of the few that would actually help a mom feed her baby. So I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you're doing, and it means a lot, and just to keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for giving us a call.
All right, thank you.
Yep, bye-bye.
Bye. I kind of like feel bad lying. Like, I don't know. Like, sometimes I'm like, maybe I should tell them. Other times I'm like, I don't know. It's so awkward. Like, yeah, I just lied to you. Thank you. Have a good day. But yeah, at the end of the day, though, it does make me feel good that I think I've had 3 churches so far today say that they would help. So definitely a lot better than the last time that I was calling around.
Nate is upset about this social experiment. Let's watch his video and hear just what he had to say about it.
That woman doing a social experiment, calling up churches to see if they would donate formula to a starving 2-month-old, are you okay? Because I'm concerned about someone that makes up a fake scenario in their head that they have a starving 2-month-old and they do audio playback of starving children right before they call said church to make it seem like they have a real starving baby so that hopefully that church will give you formula that you don't even need. Are you okay? And it's wild that you're doing this because you claim to care about women, children, and families. Girl, you're pro-choice. You're pro-choice. All right? If you want to make a real change in the world, go volunteer. Donate. Pick a profession that gives back. Education, nursing, social work, something. Okay? Because getting online and showing that you called churches that you're not even a member of and that they wouldn't give you baby formula is not doing what you think it's doing, okay? Honestly, be so for real.
It is actually doing exactly what it should be doing. It's exposing these churches that are tax exempt, collecting money every single Sunday from its members, and claiming that will be there for those in need. And you shouldn't, in my opinion, you should not need to be a member of a church in order to qualify for a can of baby formula. That is not what Jesus would want. That is not what God would want. And instead, we have pastors over here showing up to Sunday service in their, Mercedes-Benz and their Louis Vuitton briefcase and, a really expensive, overpriced suit to stand in the pulpit and preach things that they don't even stand by themselves. And I don't think that Nate has the wherewithal or the brain power to understand how a social experiment works. When she first started calling these churches, which you would know if you did even a few minutes of research before squawking and being loud and wrong yet again, initially she wasn't playing a crying fake baby in the background. But she thought, you know what, maybe if they heard something, it would make them a little bit more compassionate and more willing to stand on what they say they believe in and what they claim they will do for those in need, especially children. And she's proven that the majority of them will not. The whole telling her that she's pro-choice is just a really, again, one of the many ignorant takes in this video. What is it to you? And who are you to stand on your channel and talk about, well, maybe you should do charity, maybe you should go volunteer, you should do this, you should do that. Sir, you are a disgraced former teacher who is constantly loud and wrong on TikTok. That is all that people know you as. So what are you doing to help others? Because I don't see any awareness or education being spread through your videos. I see a bunch of disgraceful, disgusting opinions that you think these people are doing it wrong, and you're coming back to say that, no, this is the right opinion. I don't think that you have the intellect to understand the power of this conversation and what she has done by creating this experiment of sorts. And she has said in a recent video that she has given back. She does give back. She is involved in her community. Right now, she's trying to build a sober living facility. She does far more than what you have done by flapping your gums and being consistently wrong and distasteful.
Okay, so I felt very compelled to make this video this morning because I don't see the negative comments on TikTok, and it might just be because there's so many messages, like I just haven't ran into one. But I do see them on Facebook, and I've only shared a handful of these videos that I've done on Facebook because I do see the negative comments on there, and there was a lot of people that was upset I was testing these churches. But I woke up to a comment this morning, and it's not the person that's relevant because they like have no profile picture and 14 friends, like they're irrelevant, but I wanted to highlight what they were trying to do because they're upset I was testing these churches and these churches were failing, and then trying to make me feel bad for being an ex-stripper and for being a lesbian. And they're like, oh, go test the lesbians, go test the strippers. Like, okay, well, this lesbian stripper has done exactly what I was asking these churches to do. And I, without hesitation, helped somebody in need. And I helped them like a couple of years ago when I seen somebody came to me and told me that they needed money. And I'm not the type of person to like put out there like the good deeds that I do, because I feel like it takes away those good deeds. But I feel like I'm okay to say this because she posted it in the comments already before, and so I'm just going to screenshot that and put that here. And then I also want to say that I do help my community a lot, and I've started whole organizations to help my community, and I'm helping my community even with my job because I'm a drug addiction counselor. I'm going to school working my master's to be a clinical mental health counselor, and I donate and I do all these things that I'm supposed to do, and I'm constantly in my community. So even right now, I'm trying to start up sober living houses and transitional houses in my community to help those that are homeless. And it blows my mind that people want to sit here and be like, oh, because you're a stripper, you're less than, because you're gay, you're less than, when you have churches out here thinking that they're holier than thou, preaching the word that you believe in, and they're not walking the walk. And so it's just like, who's really the bad person in this scenario? Somebody that's faking to be this Christian and they wouldn't feed a starving baby, or the ex-stripper lesbian that would feed a starving baby? You're not helping your case at all by sitting here thinking that I'm less than when I have given. And I was only asking these churches to provide me with a small can of baby formula and telling them that it was going to be $17 to $20. I dropped to $50 without hesitation. Okay? And I just want you all to know, for those that are gay and who are strippers, that does not define you. Who you are on the inside does.
I know that not everyone agrees with her because, hey, this is social media and we're not always going to agree on content that we support or don't support. But I think that the majority of people can understand that this does bring up an important conversation, because you have people that are going into these churches and giving money every single week. And when it comes down to it, they are not willing to help with something as simple as a can of baby formula. We are not talking about wanting, a $500 check to, do whatever with. We are talking about one single item that was literally not even for her. It was supposed to be for a child in the situation that she created. And I don't know if y'all know, but infants are not supposed to go prolonged periods without eating. And you don't have to be a parent to know that. That's just common knowledge. And for her to say, I have a 2-month-old that has not eaten since yesterday, And for these people to still say, well, you got to wait till Sunday. We might be able to do this. Call over there across the street and they might be able to see you next Wednesday. That is not okay. As I said in the video where I first talked about her and this experiment that she was running, if you are on the other side of that phone call and you work in a church and you claim to love Jesus and follow him and love thy neighbor and want to help people in need and feed the hungry and spread love, there is no reason why the other side of that phone call should not have been, where are you? I will give you $10. I will go spend the $10, $15 to go buy it. Can you meet me here? Can you come back here in 30 minutes? There is no reason for this jumping through hoops for something so simple, for a literal, what you would think is a starving infant. There was also another woman that came on and said that, hey, how about instead of her calling churches and doing this experiment, why don't you call her local tattoo shop? What I can say about that is I consider myself a frequent at my tattoo shop, and I don't give them a donation every Sunday and expect it to go towards helping people that are in need. I don't give them 10% of my income thinking or hoping that they will help people who need that money more than I do. That's not the way that tattoo shops work. And secondly, I will say, based on the numbers, they would probably be more willing to help in this situation than a lot of these churches have been. I will include that lady's video. Fair warning, it's a lot of yelling. And I think when people have to scream at the camera like that, they know that they're wrong. They know that something was exposed that they probably didn't ever want to confront. But I'm here for it. And I do think it's an important conversation. And I am looking forward to what else she does with this.
I'm not afraid of y'all, and I'm still standing on what I'm saying, and I'm going to tag you since you want to keep coming back and forth. So I'm just going to make one final video, and hopefully this is this. And I am talking about that goddamn tattoo lady who called in the church trying to set the church up. Let's be very clear before I get too deep into it. We don't know how many church probably did say yes. This is social media. She's doing it for views, clicks, and followers. She could purposely not post in the churches that wants to help. Once again, that's what she could be doing. But hey, I don't care. Let me get deep into it, right? Because you want to say to me, well, Jesus don't ask who is saved. He just blesses everyone. Anyone that got blessed by Jesus, they was in his surroundings. Anyone that got blessed by Jesus, they was in the vicinity. They was somewhere around Jesus, and the blessing fell on them one way or the other. In other words, did she call the tattoo shop and ask the tattoo shop, hey, I done spent a lot of money. She put money in the tattoo shop. I spent a lot of money in this tattoo shop. My baby is hungry. I bet you she didn't. Call a bunch of those tattoo shops that she supported and see how much they going to give back. The point I'm trying to make is simply this. Now, y'all ain't obligated because y'all do not like the church. Y'all ain't obligated. Y'all is not given to the church. Y'all ain't obligated because y'all don't even like church people. Y'all only speak bad of the church. So why, if when you in need, you want to go to the church? Now, the money that's in that church is for the church people. I don't give a... you know what? Let me do right. It ain't just for the church people. It's not just for the church people. But hell, y'all, why is y'all bothering the church? Go to the businesses that y'all support. Go to the businesses and call them up. Y'all ain't gonna do that because that ain't controversial. It ain't controversial. As far as I'm concerned, this lady's doing this video. Y'all don't know how many people are saying yes. And if you ain't putting in the church, you don't like the church, you don't like the pastor, you don't like the church people, God damn it, don't call the church. Go call the club. Go call your whatever. Call the people y'all put money in. Call the businesses y'all put money in and let them feed your baby.
There are very few TikTokers that I come across, and I have a visceral reaction to listening to them talk or watching them speak to the camera. Nate is one of those. He kind of makes me want to throw my phone across the room or chuck my laptop out the window when I have to listen to him. But I felt like this was very important because here we are yet again, just, a week later, and you're making an ass of yourself yet again. So I think you should be asking yourself Are you okay? Because clearly you're not. But that's it for tonight. So if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.